Hi everybody, welcome back to Magenta Makes, and today I'm going to show you how we put together this little nursery in our fairy house and talk to you a little bit about where we got all our objects and our inspiration for making it. So stick around. Alright, so we're just starting out with an empty room and a couple pieces of furniture. Our little dresser here is actually, I think it was a little jewelry box. I picked it up at a thrift shop for a couple of dollars, so that kind of always lives in the fairy house. And then this little shelf I picked up at a dollar store, and it was, I think it was $2. And we knew we were going to be doing a nursery, so I thought that was going to be perfect, because that's just the kind of little shelf that you normally have in a nursery or in a kid's room to hold all the toys, and that's what we're going to do with it. So the first item that we have is our little cradle, and this is something that I made from a seed pod. I got this giant bag of natural materials, and there were these seed pods in there, and I thought, oh, I have to get that because I think we could make something out of that. And I just glued on these little wooden beads onto the bottom for feet, and I thought that made an adorable little cradle. So that's always been in our fairy house also as a cradle. And the next thing that we made was a little baby blanket with some thrifted yarn that we pick up at the thrift shops whenever we see cute yarns to make things like that, little blankets, little rugs. And the next thing we have is a little pillow that we made from some scrap fabric, a little cushion, so that seemed to go nicely there. So now our little baby has somewhere to have a nap. And okay, let's see, the next thing that we have is some little bottles of lotions and shampoos and things like that. You always have those for baby, and they're always in these cute little colors. So these ones are just ones that we had we have a collection of those from different doll sets, Barbies and strawberry shortcakes and that kind of thing. So we always have those around. And then the next thing that we have that we made also are these little leather bound books that I made, and I made these in a previous video, so I'll put a link to that. But they're not, they don't open, they're just decorative. But I just made them from cardstock and some little pieces of fake leather and hot glue. So those I thought would be great. Little storybooks. You gotta have some storybooks and nursery rhymes in your nursery. Okay, so let's see what else we have. Oh, we have this cute little stuffed bunny, and I'm trying to remember where I got that. I got a little package of those miniature bunnies. I got 3 of them in a package. I believe I got that at a thrift shop also. That's usually where we pick up all our little treasures. And so some toys. This is a little wooden train, thrifted, and a little boat. I love these, they're adorable. Somebody went to a lot of trouble to make these gorgeous little objects, and I was lucky enough to scoop them up. The next thing we have is a little bucket. I don't know, I thought it's close to Easter now, and it's pink, and it just went with our nursery, so babies like to have little buckets to put all their little toys in and out, in and out. And the next object we have are these little wooden beads, these little colorful wooden beads, and they just reminded me of blocks, the kind of blocks that babies love to play with. So I just thought they added color, and those pastel colors, of course, are classic nursery colors. Oh, can I get it? And now another object that we have is a little wooden Matryoshka doll. Let's see if I can get that in there. There we go. And I actually love these little dolls, and I have a collection of those myself. And then I have another one. This is a key ring, little Japanese wooden doll. Now I always come across keychains, and I love getting keychains for miniatures because you can just take out the little eyelet screw there, and then you just have your miniature. So I do find a lot of my miniatures start out as keychains, and that's a really great way to do it. And this little set of bongo drums, which of course what baby doesn't love to bang away on some little bongo drums. This was also a keychain. This was a little souvenir from Cuba, and I just love when I see little souvenir keychains. I always grab those. And then this was another keychain that I found at a thrift shop. I probably paid $1/4 for it. But again, just to show you, it's so nice to find these little keychains because they're usually really inexpensive. And then there you go, you've got your little miniature, and that would definitely go in there. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Maybe we'll put it over on the dresser. So that looks adorable. And then the last item we have is our little baby toy. Now I found that in a little bag of sort of Barbie accessories, but this is really great. It's definitely handmade, little wooden beads, and it just is right up my alley. I love things that are made out of wood. So maybe we'll just put that there. And so that's pretty much it. You can always, of course, add anything that you have or that you like to make. One of the things that we like to do, we like to knit. We're not expert knitters, but we like to do little simple patterns and make little accessories like that. So this makes a nice little blanket, maybe for a baby to crawl around on, or a little rug, whatever you like it to be. So then, I mean, I have a couple other things too. We also had this little thrifted rocking chair, which it's metal, and I painted it. But so that could go there too as a little rocking chair. That looks kind of nice there. And some other things that we have, which I don't know if it's going to fit. Maybe if you didn't have a cradle, you would want some kind of soft chair. Maybe this is, maybe you're making, instead of making a nursery, maybe it's a playroom. And so this is actually a little poof chair, but it's actually a hacky sack that we picked up for $1, and it would be the perfect little poof chair for somebody little to sit on or climb on or lean up against to read a book. So that would could definitely be an option if you didn't have a cradle, or you didn't want a cradle in your nursery. And the thing that inspired us actually to make this nursery is we picked up at Walmart, we found these little Calico Critter Babies, and that's what really inspired us to put a nursery in the fairy house. And these the little critters are so cute, and they just fit perfectly in the fairy house. And she actually came with a little bottle. So there's her little bottle, and so she kind of fit perfectly in there. And there was a few different kinds. So there's the little, I don't know, she's like a little bear, super cute. And so we picked up a couple of those, and that's what inspired us to put a nursery in there. So that's how we did our nursery, and hopefully get a little bit of inspiration, take away some ideas to help you make a nursery or a kid's room in your dollhouse or your fairy house. Thanks a lot for watching.